right, man. I seen this article that Tim Bradley was saying that um, Shakur Stevenson is headed for bigger fame than Terence Crawford. That's cap. That's fucking cap. I don't know what Tim be smoking on. Um, that's cap. Because if that's the case, the groundwork got to be laid now. And people talking about the numbers that he did. Them just tickets was gave away. Them numbers, like I said, when you hear, oh, we sold out, but you don't hear gate numbers, you don't hear a gate record. If you sold the most tickets, in Madison Square Garden history or whatever they were saying, where's the gate numbers? Where's the revenue to match that? Where's the pay-per-view numbers to match that? It ain't none of that, bro. This nigga ain't no star. He gave away 300 tickets to the kids. That's just what we know of. We know T.O. probably gave a bunch of tickets away. Nobody go to that shit, man. These niggas losing money on these fights. Let me tell you that right now. Won't nobody paying to go see that shit. And then they denied a bunch of people for credentials, right? So Tim Bradley says Shakur Stevenson headed for bigger fame than Terence Crawford. I don't know how. He's very unlikable. He don't knock nobody out, and he ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? And when I mean he don't fought nobody, he ain't fought nobody that they ain't scripted to be in front of him. Simple as that. They ain't say, hey, man, go fight this guy over here. That's not match made for him. Everybody he fought has been match made to tailor make to make him look good. And that's what be going over your heads. You can look at these dudes' resumes and it shows you that. It shows you that Hispanic that jump off his feet and don't jab. A C-level Hispanic who lost to Tevin Farmer got dropped by Tevin Farmer. Couldn't even drop him. Pally late replacement, spinach artichoke. Where is he before the fame? Where is he after the fame? His claim to fame was he gave, Frank Martin a tough fight. Edwin De Los Santos, one of the worst performances in Las Vegas boxing history. He ran from Edwin De Los Santos. You thought he was the fourth member of Run DMC. Yoshino, that was a tune-up. Casiaco, unprofessional, misweight. Oscar Valdez, very small fucking Mexican who hurt him to the body. Jamil Herring, shout out to him. It's a solid win. Jeremiah Nicotina, he did drop him, but he got hit one time versus Jeremiah Nicotina, aka the Nibbian cop, and he ran. I don't know who Toka Clown carry for this. Joey Gonzalez just showed me that he ain't no dog. When you sit there and you got some people that's racist towards you and you dating their sister, you trying to get their respect and you give him a G pass, he should have knocked Joey Gonzalez out. He ain't got no dog in him. He been match made. He ain't really fought nobody who's saucy like that. He ain't fought no boxer who he really, got to cut the distance on, who arms longer than him. All the punches that he fought they got out of the way. So a lot of the guys he was fighting was these flat-footed Hispanics or these limited skill guys or these, he ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? So when he get in the ring with, with guys like, Keyshawn, Devin Haney, even the guy like Shockey Foster, which is not going to happen now. Those are the guys that kind of speak his language. Even guys like Gary Anton Russell, if you sparring, they got big ass gloves and headgear on. You know what I'm saying? It's a different ball game. So when you start really talking about him getting in them trenches with certain type of guys, not guys that's gonna stand in front of you, guys that don't have a jab. Once he start getting in there with guys that jab and guys that can box and guys that can use their range. You know what I'm saying? Use their range and who can box and all that type of stuff and do some things. He's fighting a certain caliber of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He's fighting a certain caliber fighter. Then when you start talking about to go to 47, he got to take a rehydration clause or he got to do this and he got to do that. Of course, he's been match made for protection, bro. And a lot of fighters are. But to me, when he go off the Matchroom script, that's going to show us a lot. He said, I think Shakur has the ability, and it's no shade to Terence Crawford on his channel. He'll be remembered forever. Terence changed the game. He did it as well. I think Shakur is going to do it as well. Based off what? Who has the fuck has he fought that make you say that? What performance make you think he can galvanize people to the TV? Ain't nobody fucking with dude like that. And I say that with all due disrespect. Ain't nobody, man. What did Unc say? Unc said, I wouldn't pay to watch Shakur Stevenson fight. Oh, Shay said, I wouldn't pay to watch him fight, bro. It's about entertainment value. When you talking about him surpassing Terence Crawford, yeah, you might say, Shakur kind of got more of the machine behind him than Terence Crawford, right? We can say that. But he don't deliver the performances. He put niggas to sleep. what was it, Certipia? Therapy, what would they call that? Certa mattress ass nigga, man. So my thing is, when they sit here, man, it gotta be you see, he don't have a gift to gab like Floyd. You know what I'm saying? He's just a real disrespectful talking nigga. So when people hear people he talk, suck my dick, you a B and all, they expect to see chairs moving. They expect to see sweat flying off a nigga Jerry Curl. They expect for niggas, you know, to get knocked out and get packed up. He ain't packing nobody up, bro. He ain't packing nobody. He ain't even packing his own suitcase up. He ain't packing nobody up. So when he talked the way he talked, the way Floyd talked was just like really banner, playing the dozens on some funny ass nigga shit. You know, Shakur don't have that. And then Bud knocked niggas out. Bud knocked people out. He ain't finished, man. He don't even finish the grilled cheese on his plate. Let's just keep it a bean. He ain't knocking nobody out. Bradley does not view Stevenson as a strong speaker in the traditional sense. He points to interviews that often revisit the same themes and lean heavily on confidence rather than insight. That limitation, however, does not concern him. He said, but I think he's going to be a lot more popular and a lot more respected than I believe Terence Crawford. Bradley said, that's a shame, but it is what it is. I wouldn't say he's charismatic. He's not Ali. He's not going to do it with his mouth. Shakur is becoming a Super Bowl with his skill and by beating guys you feel he can't beat. Who? Are you predicting us saying he can beat guys that he can't? This nigga just be talking. This nigga just be talking, bro. He just be talking, bro. If you don't have a gift of gab and you don't have an entertainment value in the motherfucking ring, how you gonna be bigger than Terence Crawford? How you gonna be a star? How you gonna be a star? What's the crossover fight for him, bro? He fight Devin. It had to be Keyshawn. And Keyshawn had to, you know, kind of blossom into a star, beat Devin Haney, maybe a couple other guys in there. It had to be his fight with Keyshawn to cross him over. But that performance that he did, that shit was boring as hell, dog. You know, Ali talks shit in, you know, sometimes Ali was punch, grab. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But Ali had great moments. He had great moments, bro. Frazier, lost and win. He had great moments when we talk about the Sonny Liston, the first fight, the second fight, the Phantom Punch, and the second fight. He had, George Foreman fight. I mean, he was in great fights. Historic shit with Larry Holmes and all that type of stuff. So we start kind of really having those conversations, bro. And that could happen for Shakur. That legit can happen for him. He can have historic type fights like that and performances like that. But he ain't charismatic. He don't have the entertainment value in the ring. And really right now, who's the fighter that can get him over the hump? And fighters, they rise every day. But what's the fighters that's really going to get him over the hump? And they got to be willing to fight. It's only could be a fight with Keyshawn. It only could be a fight with Keyshawn that can get him there. And Keyshawn got to do most of the leg work of being popular and staying out of trouble. So like I said before, based on what he don't provide the entertainment. One thing that's working for him, he got Turkey behind him, right? But other than that, what do you get from Shakur for him to be like, well, he's a superstar in the what? He don't talk well with interviews. He can't stop saying bitch and nigga. So he's not commercially friendly. His fights is boring, right? He needs other superstars around him to really get where he need to get to. I don't think he can take a punch. He ain't fought nobody that's skilled. Nobody that's a jab. Nobody that's slick. Nobody that's bigger than him. Now he crying for rehydration clause. Right? Yeah, I'm telling y'all, he got a long way to go. And how old is his brother? 28 years old. He got a long way to go. All this, he's a superstar. Niggas just be talking, dog. They just be talking. Can it happen? Yes, it's very possible. He's a very talented fighter. but he don't knock nobody out, bro. And he ain't charismatic in the media. So when you start talking about the most, the most beloved or most popular fighters in the sport of boxing, just going back, Manny Pacquiao, he was amazing because he was moving up weight classes. He was hurting bigger guys. You talking about Mayweather, he was amazing because he had the gift, the gab. He had an exciting part of his career in the beginning. And then towards the end of the career was really about talking shit and making people look foolish, even though he didn't deliver the entertainment value. His mouth and his charisma was always able to captivate people and bring people back again, and him to finesse them out their money. When you go back and talk about guys like Oscar De La Hoya, he was a golden boy. He hung his hat on, getting the gold medal and fighting any and everybody. Oscar De La Hoya, great punching. And then, he was, people liked Oscar. The gold medal helped Oscar a lot. You know what I'm saying? And the Hispanic community in America and the Hispanic community got behind him. Who else you got? Talking about Roy Jones. Well, Roy Jones was a real. He was like Master P in boxing. He was an independent, didn't really sign in none of them, so they didn't want to feed their best fighters to Roy Jones. But when I say like Master P, he was a hood legend. Like, Roy might not have the pay-per-view numbers or Roy might not have the gate numbers, but Roy was a hood legend. You know how they say, you cross over to pop. Roy crossed over to the hip hop community. You know what I'm saying? So Roy's, his entertainment value in the ring and his gift to gab outside the ring made him like that. Going to like Mike Tyson, just the aura around Mike Tyson. This smaller guy fighting guys 5, 6, 7 inches bigger than him. No, did he? And chopping them down and this mean persona and just all the negative energy around Mike and the ferocious energy. Mike was an anomaly. Going to Muhammad Ali was a person that stood on principle, not going to the Vietnam War, walking down the street and people loved him. He wasn't calling people bitch ass niggas and all that stuff. So when you go throughout history, you see Sugar Ray Leonard, the original Golden Boy. I'll be remiss saying that. The original Golden Boy, which was the smile and him winning a gold medal on TV and the hand speed and the ability. You got to understand what Shakur Stevenson did right now. And people praising that, man. Sugar Ray did something a billion times better than that by beating Fredo Benitez, and people didn't respect him still, bro. He still didn't get the respect. He beat the youngest world champion that it will ever be in boxing unless the rules change. And Roberto Benitez. Benitez won the world championship at 140 versus a guy I think had like 10 plus defenses or 8 to 10 defense title defenses. A real champion in front of his high school. His high school classmates came down to watch him win a world title. This is what I be saying, bro. That what they praising this nigga for doing is not. No, I'm not saying it's nothing, but compared to when they was questioning guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, when he did a whole bunch of something, and still was questions in the air about his gall, about his ability, about his skill, about his authenticity. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, people can do what they please to do, man. But Tim Bradley just be talking shit, man. He be just talking, shit that you can't prove. You can try to predict it, but he talking shit. Is no, to me, if he becomes a star, it's going to be the Marvin Hagler route, or better yet, let me say something better than that, the Bernard Hopkins route, where he just stick around beating guys for so long. But I'm gonna tell you something. Remind me about him and Hopkins. I'm just forecasting here like Timothy Bradley did. One thing that kind of does, I'm telling y'all, man. Remember I said this. When he get in there with a real boxer, you gonna see what he made of. People can say a real puncher. We know he get hit, he get out. He get hit, he run DMC. You down with the run, King? You down? It's cool to run around the ring. It's tricky. Bernard Hopkins always struggled with boxers, especially boxers that wasn't coming up from 147. I think that's gonna be Shakur in my opinion. But hey, hit the link in the description. Follow me on hit the link tree. You can follow me on X, Patreon, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. By the time you see this one, I'm gonna add another inside information video on Patreon about Al Heyman, bro. I got another video coming. It's 15 minutes. Another. Want to know how PBC where he got the idea of PBC from? Another. And I'm gonna do one more video for sure. And it's gonna be one of the more prominent, successful boxer promoters warning Floyd about Al Heyman. Peace.